have heard this band called Tool finally released a new album. It's only been about, 13 years, no big deal. But my partner is a huge fan of Tool, so he asked me to listen to their album with him. And I have to admit, I am not a huge fan of Tool. I like Maynard's music, but I do prefer Pulsar and A Perfect Circle over Tool, where a lot of people are the other way, which I think includes my partner because he was really excited for this album and he has seen them live and owns all of their albums. But we've also seen Pulsar live, so maybe it's a bit even. But anyway, I listened to this album and he kind of found my rant afterwards a little bit funny. So I thought I would express my issues with the world. So my first issue with this album is it's 80 minutes fucking long. So you can watch a movie in this time. You can finish a board game in this time. You can do so many things in this goddamn time. 80 minutes is a long time for an album. Even with bands I am insanely into, I am so grateful none of their albums went for 80 minutes. So my first issue is the album is 80 minutes. Because I like Maynard's music, I do, but I find his voice incredibly relaxing. So I cannot listen to his music without wanting to fall asleep. This is definitely the case if your album is 8 minutes long. But luckily, my partner decided we should play Mario Party at the same time to make me happy. Because I do love Mario Party and he knows that I would fall asleep if we weren't doing something else. So we put on Mario Party basically because it doesn't need any sound and honestly it doesn't take any brain cells to play Mario Party. You can just zone out and pay attention to the album. So it was perfect. We played Mario Party 15 turns, which is 90 minutes, and the album 18 minutes. You can play a whole game at the time it takes to listen to this fucking album. Anyway, this album is long is what I'm saying. My attention span doesn't last 80 minutes with one album, but I tried. I really tried. So I really like the song Fear Inoculum because I listened to that as a single. And I enjoyed the song for what it was, despite it sounding like 3 different songs. I really liked the intro. And then when the vocals are introduced, it feels like a different song. And then it changes again and feels like a different song. So the song Fear Inoculum sounds like 3 songs in one. And then you listen to the whole album and every single song beside one sounds exactly the same. So it sounds like there's 3 songs in one, and then all these songs sound exactly the same, which is those little changes in between. So again, when you're listening to an 80-minute album, that feels long enough. When every single song sounds the same, that feels even longer. So we're not paying attention to the track listing. We are playing this game. And my partner goes, I think it skipped a track because he looked up the lyrics before. He's like, these lyrics should be in this song. And I'm like, God help me, no. I do not need him to backtrack on this fucking album. But we opened it up and lo and behold, we're up to the 5th song and it didn't skip anything and just fuck my life. This is going forever. But we preserve and we continue through this album. I enjoy the album if I could break it up into shorter songs. If every single one of these songs were like 4 or 5 minutes instead of stupid 10 to 12 minute bullshit, wherever the fuck it was, it would be more enjoyable because you can tell when the song ends and you can break the album into like parts instead of just sitting there for one, like, it's just a really long album. And then it comes to this short song, which thankfully I was super excited for this song because one, it was short and I loved the name of the song. So the song is called Choc Chip Trip, which is just one fun as hell to say. It was a short song. So the song started, I'm like, yes, this is awesome. I love like how that's starting. I'm really enjoying this song. And then it changes and becomes like this massive acid trip. I felt like I was coming off a 2-week bender. I was having the worst hangover of my life. It just became a bunch of crap. So the one song I was like super excited for because it was a short song, and the one song that like as soon as it started, I'm like, yes, like this is awesome. It just fucked me over like immediately. So to put it politely, I'm not a huge fan of Fear Inoculum. Already I was kind of opposed to this album just because I find releasing an album for $140 is a tad ridiculous to begin with. I feel like it's kind of screwing over your fans just a tad because not every person can afford a $140 CD, even if they have had 13 years to save for it. So when I was a little like, are you kidding me? Like just release the standard CD. Like, and then 80 minutes, I'm like, for fuck's sake, like, who do you think you are? I don't want to listen to 80 minutes of you. And then the songs are long and just repetitive. So I was kind of just losing my mind once the album finally finished. And my boyfriend found it hilarious. And he's like, please record this. So this is basically what is happening. I had to share my thoughts. And I've seen so many other people say, this is the best album of the year. This album is amazing. And I am convinced that either one, people are completely blind to how average this album is because they have to justify waiting so long, or we just have very different opinions on albums. All three people don't really have the guts to come out and say like, hey, this album isn't that great. Where I can admit, as someone who's not a huge Tool fan, you can have other opinions. This album isn't that great. So I enjoyed listening to the album for what it was. Basically, listening to it once is by far enough. If I was going to listen to it again, it would have to be one song here, one song the next day, one song the next day. Never listen to Choc Chip Trip again because holy fuck. I really like the intro though, so maybe I could just listen to the intro. But the whole song overall is just like a bad acid trip. I've never taken acid. I'm just imagining that is what it's like. A lot of people loving this album. I just feel like we've all listened to very, very different CDs. And I do hope they tour Australia again. Like, they would be really cool to go see live. I just feel like it's really long. And if I can't take a CD and drive between my house to either my partner's house or work and listen to the album, it's just like, it's too long. I like buying the physical CDs. I like having them in my car. And I can't do this with this one because one, I'm not paying $140 for a CD. And two, I don't like buying digital. So I'm kind of like fucked if I want to buy this album. And also this album would just put me to sleep going for 80 minutes. And yeah, I'm kind of amazed that so many people are loving this album. I was expecting some more like disappointment after waiting so long. But anyway, that's just my thoughts and opinion on Fear Inoculum. While I enjoyed the album for what it was, I would love it way, way more if I could edit the songs down myself and have them spread over 2 CDs in shorter length. There are some songs I honestly do like that are long, but it's not this one. Not by any means. And yeah, I hope, like, if you liked it, I'm glad for you, and I hope you continue to enjoy it. But yeah, that's it for me. Me and Tool aren't great friends. But anyway, thank you for watching. Comment and let me know what you think about the album. And yeah, bye.